Right, welcome back. Last time we started the game and, well, started up an armaments industry, which should get me some urban population. It's going to be a bit slow, but they'll get here eventually. Additionally, I've gone ahead and allied Bremen Werden. That's the only way I know of to survive Schleswig-Holstein, and that's going to be only going to last so long because, well, there's a decent chance that they might be able to bring in Lubeck against me, and possibly also Hamburg in a war once I get enough favors, which would be really, really bad. Because that's a level of power I can't fight off. I could barely fight them off anyway, even with Bremen Werden's help. But yeah, I've been focusing on expanding the economy, although there's a limit to how much I can do that anyway, due to limited population, though migration should help solve those issues. Of course, there's still the fact that I only have less than 15k population in total. So my military is basically at rock bottom until I can figure that out. At least state reach is improving, but that's going to take time. And my balance is amazing, relatively speaking, because I don't have many expenses, period. However, I might decide to work on getting some other things set up, like more irrigation. But that's something for a future point. I'm slowly getting commercialization, though I would prefer to get that as soon as possible, so I'm working on getting a merchant class set up. But in order to get merchants, I need to have at least 1.5 thousand urban population. But by that point, burghers will start to appear and become an actual force inside my country. Right now, it's just nobles, which is weird, and the clergy, which is far less strange. However, that does mean I have to do reforms along the noble side. Although they do start as gentry, so that's nice. I wonder why the estates were turned off. Oh well. Yeah. It is nice that we already have gentry of all things. I could go to freeholding eventually. So I do want to move on towards better militaries. That's going to be important in order to ensure that I can get as much manpower as possible. It's going to need everything I can get. I'm not going to be able to fight double the troops. Yeah, okay. That's a stack wipe, which would end the game anyway. Do I still have a autosave of 1357? No. Alright, okay. I don't want to use the console, so... Well, I guess we are starting again. Okay. I just need to ensure I don't die. Well, Lubeck is willing to take me in. Otherwise, this whole thing won't work at all. Okay, finally. Right, I know what needs to be done. Let's check the rivalries. Oh, okay, no Lubeck. Oh, I can immediately join the trade league. That's good, okay. Yeah, let's do all of the setup first. Invest into farmlands. Handle this. I start without being able to affect them. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So that province set up an armaments industry. In order to do that. Okay. For a few tags more. And let the game begin. Definitely check that. Yeah, probably be smart. Is inflation an actual issue? No, so inflation reduction would be unnecessary. Right, okay. That should be good for a basic setup. Perhaps improve relations with Denmark in order to minimize the chances that they intervene on my end. Because I'd rather that not be the case. Okay, so. Now, let's save the game so that I have this start, which has... No, it does not have everything that I need. Okay, right. I should do that. Expand the bureaucracy immediately. Now save. Right. Okay, let's hope that this time the Trade League will be enough to fulfill my needs. I certainly hope so. This does mean I get less money from trade because I'm transferring their trade power to Lubeck, but I wasn't even getting money from trade anyway. Sadly, the rivalry with Hamburg means that I will not be gaining commercialization anytime soon. So the need to invent it on my own is even greater than before. And so long as Lubeck does well in expanding their trade league, they should all do well. Okay. Enable the yearly event. Go to just 15. I am not going to need all of this. That is for certain. Because I'm already taxing the maximum amount, and all that is worth, at the most, 2 admin points. It's going to be some time before the different taxes are available. Just budget to 30% every 3 years. Notify and exit. Jeez, 1 month in. And we already have a plague. Hopefully, I will be able to, well, survive this time. The Trade League should make it extremely easy, though. Because now I'm no longer in... Because now, if Schleswig-Holstein attacks, chances are they're going to have to go after it. They'll have to fight everyone. And I already know that Lubeck and Hamburg put together are enough to defeat Schleswig-Holstein. Each of us individually is not enough, not me, judging by my own military capabilities. But outside of that, it's all fine, I guess. Oh, I can finally pick up a tech. Handguns. Labor bonus minus 2.5%. Right, let's see if this... Yeah, okay, the penalty from not having commercialization increases with each tech. Up to a probable limit of around... Well, that depends on... Okay, I'm not even going... Yeah, it's not important right now. Trade value is so small, though, I'm unlikely to be able to get it. Commercialization. Oh, garrisons reduce local trading cost. One thing I do wonder is, what would it cost to upgrade irrigation next level? Irrigation infrastructure to rank 2. With 2 extra units, of course. Wait, so how much? Let's say this is accurate. Irrigation is currently 2. 3 peasant labor demanded per year. Yikes. Yikes, that's expensive. Also in cost, 400 ducats. Okay. There's no point to expanding irrigation infrastructure here, at least not for the moment. Later on, perhaps, but right now, no. Too expensive in both labor and money. I cannot hope to afford that. 10 times as much money as I currently have to to even think about it. At that point I should be doing other things, like further expanding my own industries. What's the stack? Diplo? Yeah. Trade range plus 30, trade efficiency plus 1%, naval force only plus 2%. I don't have trade power, so the only thing I might be able to do is extend my Diplo range. But I'm not certain on that. Okay, 75 people have died from the plague, and it looks like that's going to be about it. Problem is 75 is a decent quantity of 15k. Yeah. I need to open up new industrial slots. Because I don't need to get so many residents that I'm going to have to build amenities immediately. Because amenities are expensive, right? I mean, I could just immediately check costs. That is correct. Rank 1 with 2 extra units. That would be... Bring the parallelism down to 1. Okay, so the amount of residents wouldn't be that bad. The cost is still overwhelming for my abilities to obtain money. Well, it did say 5 years, didn't it? Yeah. I'll just wait until December of... Oh, that was in December of 1356. Might as well be 1st of January 1357. So I have to wait until 1362, which is beyond the boundaries of the session. In fact, we're already on 2.5 hours because of the abortive second attempt. This is the third by now. I probably should just stop here. Yeah. So... Oh, the bubonic plague has hit. Thankfully I didn't lose, I only seem to have lost 0.5% of my population. Which is good. It's good. The population is increasing. Heck, even peasants are immigrating. Residents are reducing, but that's probably due to No, it's not urban housing. It's probably due to lack of needs fulfillment, because a lot of them are just, well, it takes a year for them to arrive, and then a year for them to get jobs. So there's a bit of a lag to it. But once enough of them settle in and immigration starts to decrease, their needs will start to be better fulfilled, and they can begin to, well, multiply of their own accord, I guess. My state reach is increasing. I've remembered to do this at the very beginning, too. And I've also saved the very initial state. So if I have to do this again, I can get back to it without having to wait half an hour. Again. I am going to have to fix provincial administration at some point, though. But that will take state reach. So I need state reach in order to improve the state reach. That's the wrong button. Go down here. Formalizing the administration requires either 25 state reach average and 50% autonomy or lower, 50 state reach, or 50 state reach and 65% autonomy or lower. Oh, and 20 bureaucratic influence, which is going to be difficult to obtain. So I'm probably going to go for lower lying fruit first, like regulating the tax farmers. That one's an easy one. Let's say test or something. I'd rather avoid for the time being. I've also avoided interacting with the estates in general. The clergy are happy, extremely so. The nobility I cannot interact with, even if I wanted to. And they seem to be rapidly gaining... Well, their power is actually reducing, which is good. It's because their relative wealth is reducing. The clergy are stable, but the relative wealth is increasing. Plus they have the majority of the industrial property. The burghers still don't exist, but we're getting to there. It's going to take a few years in order to have enough residents to even think of opening up a commercial district. And that's when I can start getting burghers. I'm also starting... I also might have enough for the citizens levy to... Nope. Okay. No citizens levels. Still the National Army, though. Which still has 6 people in it. Amazing. It's so small, but it doesn't really matter. I may also have to start up a naval industry, although naval goods tends to be... Well, if I have anything to say about last game, the shipping industry tends to be really, really bad for that sort of a thing. I think I can just cycle like this. Nope, I can't cycle through other... But yeah, naval materials tend to be cheap. Always. Oh well. Military goods are increasing because the industry is getting more and more people to it. That's only producing at less than half output at the moment, so... Soon my own needs will be fulfilled by my own production. Food has... Well, I am producing even more food than before, and I have also opened up the sea salt slot. Though that throughput is probably wrong. Yeah, it's technically not producing anything. Yeah, I'll have to expand it later. As for what's going on in the world, well, Kiev is... Yeah. Sweden's still going through its civil war, and that's really all I can say. It's just some initial events that helps to set up the state of the game. Like the Hungarian-Polish Union, for example. Right. Hopefully I can interact with the nobles soon enough, even though I'm sure most of the interactions will be very familiar to those that have seen my previous campaigns. Revoke privilege, revoke privilege, revoke privilege. Anyway, I mean, it's just like Victoria 3. You gotta get rid of the old people. The old people in power and bring the new people in power before they become old too. And then you get someone else with more progressive ideals. Like, I don't know. Like the idea that slavery's a bad thing, or that you shouldn't have serfdom. Anyway, that should be good for now. I'll see you again next time. Hopefully I don't need to repeat all of this again. Until then, bye.